help each other get there, y'all, because the world needs to see it. Welcome to Ray Bridging Humans Podcast, the place where the people get to hear you and the world gets to see it. How y'all doing today? How y'all standing? How y'all feeling? How you loving today? How you living today? I'm glad to see that you came back for another episode of Ray Bridging Humans, and today's show is entitled The Bridges, and I want to talk about the bridge. I want to talk about bridges. I want to talk about the bridge that I am creating with this show, and why I deem it so important that I and that we together as a family help make bridges to different parts of the community. And we have a large nation, a large world, and particularly in our community where the black people are concerned, the African American community. I feel like there are so many subsections of the community, and a lot of us we kind of, survive and exist within the subsections of our communities, and we come out sometimes and connect with different subsections in our community, but overall I feel like everybody exists in their silos, exists in their worlds, and nobody really want to touch a lot of different type of conversations that we need to have to connect and join community. And so when I came up with the name Ray Bridging Humans, so much of it had to do with connection. So much of it has to do with the ability to join, the ability to unite, the ability to promote growth, because everybody wants to grow. You would hope, right? Everybody wants to, but more importantly, not just grow, everybody wants to move forward. And if everybody don't have access to a bridge, everybody don't have access to working bridges to move forward, it's hard. It's difficult to get over obstacles, and bridges most times are built to get over obstacles, get over things that prevent us from moving forward in a community. And so a lot of times there are obstacles, a lot of times there are specific things that keep us separate in our community. There are things that keep us divided in our community, and we're gonna talk about that today. I just want to talk about that a little bit today. Of course, I'm on here again by myself today. I said the first couple of episodes, I'm gonna start it out. I'm gonna kind of till the soil a little bit to kind of let y'all know what I'm doing, and everything that I'm talking about, y'all, I promise you, I can back up with actions, and you'll see as we progress in the show, as we progress in the episodes, you'll see the people that I interview and the people that I talk to and the people that I'm connected with, and literally it's such a wide array of people that I'm connected to, and it takes that to build bridges. It takes that to understand what's happening in our community and to understand the need of what's going on. And I mean, I say it all the time, and as you all know, for my career, I'm a barber by trade first, and so much of what I do, y'all, like literally on a daily basis, I have conversations with of course a preacher, a pastor. I have conversations with a dope boy. I have conversations with a young man out here in these streets trying to get it. I have conversations with a queer man, a lesbian woman. I have conversations with older gentlemen trying to understand the world, and he's a Muslim, been a devout Muslim all his life. I have conversations with guys that's really trying to make it and taking care of their kids, and I have conversations with so many different parts of our community. And what's at the core of everybody is everybody really want to be heard. Everybody want to be understood. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing out here, man. You want to be heard. You want to be understood. And because we honestly, a lot of us, we live in our own worlds and these subsections of the community. So we barely come up for air to try to see or try to even comprehend where the other side is coming from, or trying to see and comprehend how the other side got to how they think, how they understand. And so in 2024, where we are in the world today, because this environment is so divisive that we're in, everybody's mad, everybody's trying to prove their point, everybody's upset, everybody just want their side to be heard. And I'm right, you wrong, I'm right, come to my side, do what I said do this over here, and nobody really hears anybody. Nobody hear anybody. And so today I want to discuss the bridge, specifically the bridge that I'm building with this platform, and the bridge and what it's made up of. It's made up of comprehension. Man, we got to not only hear, but hear to the level to where we understand. And that takes a level of humility. It takes a level of us sitting our egos to the side, and all of the things that we deem is right, and all the things that we deem is needed to move forward. We have, before we get to pulling somebody over on our side, we have to slow down enough to comprehend. And I know y'all saw a whole lot of my promo clips. Shout out to everybody who's just been following me, man. You've been following me, just trying to see what's going on. Thank y'all so much. But in a lot of my promo clips, I talk a lot about growth and unity and connection. And I'm gonna tell you something. Even in my journey as a life coach, my journey as a transformation coach, as I dig deep, as I get into the nuance of stories from people, I further understand that nothing is what we think. Man, I ain't none of this shit what we think it is. Like we think it's one way and we think it's just this way, but y'all, it's so many different paths. It's so many different ways that people go to and to get to levels of understanding and comprehension. Man, we have to humble ourselves enough to sit and listen. Truly sit and listen. And so a lot of what this show is going to be made of and built of is you hearing people who think different from you. Sitting and listening to people who do not think like you. And I know that's so hard. And a lot of times we have to check. It's hard for us to check that inner emotional gauge, or that inner, thing that's in us that people, to hear somebody that don't think like me, like what rise up for me, what comes up for me. And so a lot of that will happen with the bridge that I'm building, and it's built on connection. It's built on joining together, comprehension, unity, and as I said, promotes growth. And what's a bridge? What is a bridge? Thinking about a bridge. A bridge is something that connects, right? And it goes over obstacles. And think about the different obstacles we have in our community that keeps us apart. I told y'all this will be a podcast that you probably gonna hear some stuff over here that you'll normally hear, people really dig into and talk about. And when I think about the obstacles in our community, I think about the obstacles with our youth that we have, the obstacles with with poverty and finance that we have in our community, the obstacles with nutrition, the religious obstacles we have. We have so many religious obstacles, the obstacles we have with people understanding the LGBTQ plus community, and even wanting to understand the LGBTQ plus community. We have obstacles in all these parts of our community that needs better comprehension to connect. And the key to connection, I was telling somebody the other day, the key to connection and the gateway to connection is curiosity. There's no way any situation can get better if there's no curiosity to understand why. If there's no curiosity to understand how you got there, there's no way we can build successful bridges in our community. And for the breakdown, just real quick, y'all, because y'all, I think I ain't gonna say I think, I know I'm a motivational speaker. And so I like to break things down. And so when I look at the definition and I think about the parts of a bridge. What's the parts of a bridge? There's a deck, the top deck where people go over. Also, under the deck, there's something called bearings. The bearings hold the stress of the bridge. It holds the structure up for the weight of the bridge. Sometimes the bridge may weigh heavy. Sometimes it may not weigh as heavy because there's not a lot on it. But those bearings under, it helps with the stress that go over the bridge, and it helps the bridge stay structured. And under that, of course, is the foundation. And so what Ray Bridging Humans is, now I came up with this the other day thinking about it. The foundation is built on love. The bearings is laced with empathy, and the deck, going over the deck, that's connection. So there has to be a level of empathy under connection, and there has to be a level of love under empathy for humanity. Y'all, we have gotten away from that. We've gotten away from just humanity. Everybody's fight their side so much all the time, and everybody want to be heard, and everybody want to be understood. But we forget, y'all, we are all humans down here on this earth. And so if there are going to be any effective connection on the top level, there has to be empathy. There has to be love for us to get to that space. And also too, in order to build bridges, y'all, everybody got to understand each subsection of the community, each thing you stand for, each thing you stand in. We have to understand that none of us have a monopoly on humanity. Like nobody, like we got the sauce, we got the key. Everybody need to come over. Y'all, that doesn't even make sense in the overall world, to make the world go round, to understand that, y'all, we need differences in opinion. Like we need everybody to have a different opinion, so we all can learn to grow from that, man. We can learn to grow from that. And most times, when we go with a mindset on, I got the monopoly on humanity. You don't know any better for not thinking like me. You are less than me for not feeling like me, y'all. And we get lost in that. Y'all, we get so lost in that. And, we need to make a world where, and I say we need to make a world, and this is what I'm trying to contribute to, adding to making a world where we all have connection. And I don't know if we'll ever get to that. I could be really, just dreaming and wishing that we get there, but I'm going to keep dreaming. I'm going to keep wishing. And when I say we have issues with understanding youth in our community, man, a lot of times we think these folk crazy as hell. And I could tell y'all a conversation, and I'll actually have him on the show in a few weeks. This one young man that I'm mentoring, and he's in that world, he's in that life, and he and I were having a conversation, and we were talking, and he's into stealing cars. He's into, all of that in the community. And so we had a conversation, and he was like, well, man, all you got to do is call the insurance company. He's a 17-year-old kid at the time. And he was like, all you got to do is call the insurance company, and they'll replace your car. So everything is good. Anyway, we just do it for fun, and we do it because we like to do it and have fun. And so I had to explain to this young man how it works. And he did not know, the structure of insurance, and you can't just call the insurance company and they pay for like I pay for, like we as a community pay for it. And I explained to him the higher insurance rates, and I explained to him like the mothers who are barely, making it out here and surviving, and she has to pay her last to replace a window, or she just so happened don't have car insurance because all the bills are so high, and so now she's without a car. She can't go to work, she can't get her kids back and forth. And so I had to explain all of that to him to a level to where he understood, because he just thought that you just have insurance and call the insurance company and the day make the day happily ever after, and then on his side, in order for me to sit down, because I live in downtown Memphis, and we have a lot of break-ins here in the community where I live. Of course, it is gated, but I have one parking space, and in my community. And so I literally have to, my other vehicle I have to park like 2 streets over in a garage because I can't keep it on the street. And so I haven't, because I haven't been a victim. I've been a victim of car break-ins, and luckily my car has never got stolen, but they broke in it once, and then like 2 weeks later, they stole my catalytic converter from under it. So, I mean, I literally have gone through that. So with me and knowing where I come from with it, having a conversation with him, listening to him, there was so many times that my anger raised up, or my disdain I have about what they are doing raised up, and I want to stop them. Say, nah, boy, man, y'all. But every time I felt that coming up, I had to push it back down. Every time I felt that happening, I had to push it back down, y'all, because I needed to hear the way he was thinking. I needed to hear the way he was comprehending. And so if I had not done that, he wouldn't have been comfortable enough with telling me the intricacies of why they do what they do. And so, and do y'all see where I'm going with it? Both of us had to have a level of humility to hear the other side out. And we have to get, and think about parts of our community that you don't like, parts that you really can't stand, parts that you really don't mess with. And if we dislike something for so long, y'all, we never make room for it. We never make space to grow in it. We never make time to navigate any kind of higher understanding of it because of our dislike. Now, I know y'all thinking, Remy, you got this this little car theft in your house, and y'all, yes, it takes that. It takes us to in order to build bridges and connect with other sides. It takes a level of empathy, as I said, and it takes a level of love to know that, man, at the core of it, I truly want to see this young man in a better space. At the core of it, he's building trust with me to where we understand each other. And y'all, I know this is so taboo, but this is just one example of 2 subsections of a community needing to understand each other. And I'm asking you today, what part of the community can you not stand? What part of the community can you not get? You just don't get. You don't get why they live, why they exist in that space, in that state of mind, in that state of being. And y'all, it's going to take some sitting down and comprehending. It's going to take, even in the religious community, I hear and see a lot of conversations about church hurt, and people defending the church, or people defending not going to church. And so one of my biggest pieces in that is, because I mean, I was born and raised in the church from childhood. And so much of my programming is connected to church. And because of that, that's a heartstring. It's a heartstring. And a heartstring to me is relationship. And it makes me so disgusted when I hear and see people being passive aggressive online and passive aggressive in the community and saying, well, you people make you mad at work and you still go to work. Or people make you mad at the club, you still go to the club. And they say all these things, but y'all, those things are not connected to my heart. And so, because I have decided, because someone decides not to go to church, and because I have decided to stand in the position that I'm standing, y'all, it does not mean that you can compare it to any other relationship that I have. And so we have to be careful with throwing things out there, y'all. It do not create bridges. It do not forge truth with connection. And that's why we're here. That's why this podcast has been developed. That's why this podcast is happening. And when I think about the subsections of our community, and I think about the pieces that really need to be connected and joined in our community, when I think about how bold the youth are in our community today. The youth are so bold, y'all. I love it about those jokers, man. They have a boldness about them that's just relentless. And at the same time, on our end, we're more disciplined. We understand consequences. We understand, okay, if you do this, you're going to get that. And so what if we can connect the boldness with discipline? Think about if we can build that bridge with the youth. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do with one of the young men that I'm mentoring. Shout out to Helping Inspire Men, y'all. Y'all, when I tell you, we and another episode down the line, you'll hear me and the other founder of Helping Inspire Men talk about the woes and the things we're trying to do to build and connect community. But when we started working with the youth, y'all, man, y'all, it truly connected to our hearts as men trying to be better, to see young men look to us and look to us for that connection piece, look to us for that building piece. Y'all, it is essential, y'all. Also with the LGBTQ plus community, y'all, think about the relentless zeal of the LGBTQ plus community, and think about the heterosexual community and the power to just be, the energy to just be. What if we can connect that relentless zeal with the power to just be? And y'all, listen, I am going to get into so many of those conversations on this podcast with just understanding how important it is to join and connect. And there's so many people can have such huge disdains with the LGBTQ plus community. I mean, when you mention the word, when you mention the phrase, or you mention queer, or you mention lesbian, like, people have so many issues with that. And y'all, if you don't like it, just say that. Or if you don't understand it, just say that. And I think with that in particular, so many people have a hard time with just saying, I don't know. You don't know. All you got is a few key quotes to throw at people, but you don't understand, y'all. But we need bridges. We need bridges in that community. Think about poverty, y'all. Think about how poverty-stricken this city is alone, and for people to know and understand where they are financially, and to understand that, okay, I need help to get beyond this point, because survival is something that a lot of people in my community, I know I am still overcoming surviving. I'm still overcoming how to truly live outside of survival and trying to thrive in a community where I have been surviving all my life, even where my small business is. And it's right on the cusp of Orange Mound and East Memphis. And so even it's times where I get frustrated because I'm standing in there, I'm cutting hair all day and I'm working, and I see somebody literally get through eating a box of chicken, literally, and throw it outside of the car on the ground outside. And when I stop and go outside and be like, bro, man, we got a garbage can in here, or we got a garbage can on the back of the building, y'all. And I get frustrated when I see those pieces happening in our community. When I see those things happening in our community, I'm like, bro, why don't we value our shit? Why don't we value our stuff? Why don't we value the things that we have, the things that are important to us, man? And so things like that frustrate me, but I understand, it's so much that lie in a poverty mindset. And prior to my understanding more on poverty and more on what it is and where it comes from, I had such a judgmental mindset about poverty. I had such a judgmental mindset about why people ain't working and why people ain't doing this and so before I got to the place I am today, I had to do some digging to understand what the mindset come from, what the state of mind come from. And y'all, to know that poverty is not just something that happens to people, something that people pick. Y'all, a lot of this stuff with poverty is systematic. A lot of things that we see in our community is systematically put into place to where people are not even meant to do better than what they're doing, but because all we see on the surface level is, okay, we disconnected. I don't want them people to rob me. I don't want them to touch me. I don't want them. Y'all, we cannot have that kind of mindset when we're dealing with people. We cannot, y'all. So, and anyway, the importance of the bridge, the importance of why I am constructing this avenue for the bridge is to merge cultures. It's to merge lifestyles, and it's to merge generations. Like, I want to merge cultures, lifestyles, and generations with this podcast. You will see and hear conversations on this podcast that will be groundbreaking, things that we need to discuss and talk about as a community, hard conversations that need to be had, hard conversations that has to happen in order for us to move forward. Y'all, this world has changed. This world has truly changed, and for us to continue to walk around with the mindset we had in 2002, for us to even continue to walk around in the mindset we had in 2015, y'all, we cannot do that. Like that day is over. That day is over because of technology, because of where we are in this society. That everybody has access to information all of the time. Everybody want to be heard. Everybody want to be seen. Everybody wants to be understood. And so understanding that where the lack is in connection, understanding where the lack is in there, y'all, really put me in a position to want to build this platform. All the people who are misunderstood, all the people who don't really get a voice to state your concern or state your plight, because the powers that be, all the people who have the access and the privilege to just get on the connection of the bridge, y'all, it's other people out here that's suffering. Everybody don't live like you. And to know that everybody don't live like you is to understand that, okay, they got a perspective. They got a way they think. I got a way I think, but the only way we're going to move forward in this bridge is to build these connection pieces where we are comprehending where each other are coming from, y'all. And so as I close out this episode, I just want to say, y'all, this is the bridge. This is why I choose to do what I'm doing. And I love it. If anybody that knows me, you know that this is my life and this is what I stand with. And to build friendships. I've built friendships with people I know think totally different from me. I've built business relationships with people that I know do not agree with things that I do. And on the next episode, you're gonna get to hear and see, my why. You'll get to hear and see where I really sit and where I come from in all of this, and why culturally, lifestyle, and generationally, I want to connect people, because we are all one. When we sit down, when we get our stuff together, when we get all of everything we got out, we still have to listen to the other side and see where they come from. So thank y'all again for listening. Again, episode 2, Bridges. Y'all follow me, connect with me, get with me, get with your boy. Let me know what you think about this. And we getting deeper. And I literally have not scratched the surface on what this is and what it's going to be. But I love you for watching. Stay tuned to the next episode. It's going to be a really, 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 really special episode. It's going to be a groundbreaking episode too. Love you, family. The world needs to see it. Peace.